Hello everyone and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria. Today we are talking about the lunar eclipse in the sign of Libra occurring on the 25th of March of 2024. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Of course, I'm always grateful for every single one of you. If you do find that you enjoy the content that I create and that I post here, please do take a moment to press that like button there. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and that way you can see more of my content at the forefront for you. Leave a comment down below as well. How is this eclipse working out for you? What do you've got going on? This is some big energy, so we're going to talk about that today. We're going to get the overall energy that this eclipse brings, and then we're going to pull out cards for your specific sign and see what area is highlighted the most. So lunar eclipses, what are they? Well, they're associated with the full moon. Full moon energy brings completion, brings things to harvest, can bring about manifestations into your world. They can bring endings. They can also bring deep spiritual insights. Your intuition might be very much heightened at this time, but eclipses themselves can bring about some chaotic energy. This can bring about an amplification of energy. This can be where things get a little bit unpredictable. We can have things come back into our lives. Sometimes we might get something that shows up again, which is when we thought we were done with it, whether it's people, whether it's memories, whatever that happens to be. But it's a great opportunity there to really get to the root, get to the heart of the matter, cleanse, purge, and make a final decision on things. Now, this energy brings with it, this eclipse brings the energy of Libra. Libra energy really is a focus on relationships of all kinds. Personal relationships, romantic, professional relationships here as well. This is a time when happiness with our partners can blossom, where everything you love about intimate partnerships, about your partnerships, your friendships, can really come to the forefront for you. And this can bring you a sense of fulfillment. If you're single, you might be meeting someone new around this time. If you are with someone, you might find that you get suddenly engaged. So if you've been feeling like a relationship has been a little bit stagnant, this can be where something shifts for you in a really positive way. Your business partnerships can prosper. You may start some new business business partnerships, and you may even hash out some sort of deal. On the flip side, because it is full moon energy, this can bring about endings to things. So some of you could have something that really, if it hasn't been going your way, if it hasn't been fulfilling for you on some level, this can be like kind of that do or die moment, like now or never. Either we make a decision, we move forward, we blossom, we grow, or we walk away. So this can be a big time here when people change jobs. This season of the year is when a lot of relationships go through a lot of changes, and this eclipse can really help you to propel things forward, whatever that looks like, because even an ending is about propelling us forward. This eclipse is a south node eclipse, and if we look back to the solar eclipse that we had in the sign of Libra in October of 2023, this is a culmination of that cycle, and that was a south node eclipse, and so is this one. And the south node energy is about our karmic paths. This can be about our past and releasing that past, moving over. This can be about getting out of your comfort zone. This can be about recognizing what patterns and habits that we tend to fall into. And the full moon energy is a great time to bring about a separation of those things and to move forward in a better, a healthier, and perhaps a more exciting way. Libra energy also does have to do with the law and legalities. So if you've been dealing with a legal situation, this can be where things wrap up for you. But at the same time, because this is about relationships and full moons can bring endings, this can be where people are taking legal action to legally separate from a person, whether it's business or whether it's romantic, right? So it can bring about some challenges here. Full moons do tend to carry a little bit of emotions, right? So this Libran eclipse is happening at 5 degrees. So if you have any planetary placements within 3 to 7 degrees per se of Libra, this is going to impact you the most. Same thing if you're an air sign, right? It's air energy here. Quick action, quick thinking can come in here, and also some deep thoughts can happen for you here. Check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Okay, so you could have those planetary placements there in your birth chart. All right, regardless of what your sun sign is, check out your rising and your moon. You may also want to check out your Venus sign readings as well, okay, all four, just to get the big picture, because at this eclipse, we also have a conjunction between Saturn. Saturn, of course, is our really fun planet of lessons, of, very challenging life lessons, discipline, fears, ambitions, but also structure. And it is the planet of karma, right? So you could be clearing out some karmic cycles, or you could be attracting some really positive karma into you, because a conjunction is a positive aspect. And this can bring an amplification of things, which may be a little bit challenging emotionally for some of you. But this can also be a blending of things together. This can be where we take some action on things, where we project ourselves forward. And this can really be about getting ourselves in the flow. And of course, we love the energy of Venus. Venus is wonderful. Venus rules Taurus and Libra. So we kind of have a double dose of Venus energy at this time. And Venus does, of course, bring about the energy of love. And this is love of self, love of others, love of what you do, learning to love even the challenges that you have overcome. And some of you might even be learning to love again on some bigger scale, bigger capacity. Venus also does bring us resources, new beginnings, creativity, and brings a really harmonious energy to our relationships. So even if you do find that there's something that you're walking away from, know that one chapter may be closing for you, but another one is opening for you at the same time. So this can be a very freeing energy for you. And of course, this is going to lead us into the solar eclipse in Aries, which is coming in very hot and heavy at the beginning of April. And so 2 weeks from now, or 2 weeks from the lunar eclipse, we've got that solar eclipse. So where we have the lunar eclipse can bring about ending of a cycle, the Aries solar eclipse is about rebuilding and about taking the next steps forward. So this is a very transformative time for us, but it can be very exciting for you as well. And again, it can be about a big release. So with having said all of that, a little bit of a mouthful, having said all of that, we're going to get into your sign. So check out if you're watching the full video, check out the timestamps down below. If you're watching this video, also check out, I'm going to put a link to your personal solar eclipse down below that we had in Libra in October, so that you can easily go back and reference that energy. So good luck in this eclipse. Get grounded in your energy. It can be a really good time just to take a step back and engage in some meditation. I likely wouldn't do, at eclipses, I wouldn't do manifestations at this time necessarily, because the energy is chaotic and unpredictable when we have eclipses. And so we don't want to attract that energy. It's not that you can't manifest at this time. If you feel really comfortable, go for it. It's just that sometimes our manifestations that we do set intentions for at eclipses, they can be short-lived, or they can be really good and then kind of turn a little bit topsy-turvy. Okay, and that might not be what you're looking for. That might be you want something a little more stable. So take this time to reflect and to focus on relationships and to focus on yourself and love and care, and wrapping things up, or look forward to the future to start something new. So I hope you guys have a wonderful eclipse, and I will see you guys a little bit later, but we're going to get into your individual readings right now. Hello there, Taurus. Okay, so we have your full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Libra occurring in your 6th astrological house. So this can bring about some significant insights or changes in your health, your happiness, and well-being. With Saturn conjuncting Venus in this energy, this can be where you are really focusing on some self-love and self-care, taking care of yourself, taking care of your own needs. This can be a time where you are recognizing that you need a healthier eating style, or maybe you are looking to get a little bit more physically active. If you're in the northern hemisphere, we're coming out of winter into the spring, and so maybe you're wanting to get outside a little bit more. If you are in the southern hemisphere, this can be where you're into autumn now, and this can be where you're thinking, okay, maybe the days are getting a little bit cooler, and how can I, take my physical activity inside, right? So you don't become a slug over the winter. So you could be really wanting to switch things up a little bit in regards to all kinds of health, happiness, well-being, spiritual, physical, emotional. This can bring in some emotional healing for you and a release of some old energies. Some of you are looking to switch up your daily routines here as well, or something that you've been doing can really pay off for you and you're starting to see the results. So if you have been trying to get a little bit more exercise, or eat a little bit better, or take care of your maybe spiritual self, right? Maybe you've been engaging in some spiritual practice. This can be where you're feeling that things are starting to pay off for you. You're feeling a shift. You're seeing some results. And so this can be really quite positive energy boost for you guys. So this can be where this focus all comes in. We do also have pets. So perhaps part of your exercise regime might be involving a pet. Some of you could be getting a new pet, but whatever your situation is at this time, this can be a really great time for you guys to make that doctor's appointment, to take your pets in for their vet checkup, that kind of thing. It's just a really great time and a really good focus on that for you. But we also do have some potentially breakthrough energy coming in here for you with Saturn conjunct Venus in your 11th house. Your 11th house is Uranus energy, which is a little bit rebellious. It can bring in some changes, and it can be a really big breakthrough or break free energy there for you. And in the sign of Aquarius, this can be about personal freedoms, personal choices. This can be about your vision for the future. So perhaps you are really recognizing Saturn, understanding, okay, something that you need to break away from in order to have a better tomorrow, a better future. The 11th house can have to do with your wishes and your dreams. So you could have some wish fulfillment, wishes coming true at this time, or you're recognizing and understanding what you need to do to make something happen that's in alignment with your wishes. You could have some doors opening for you. It can be really positive for you. You may also be having some changes in your social life as well, because the 11th house can have to do with technology, with your groups that you belong to. And so you could be looking at your social media and really kind of maybe shutting some things down there. Maybe you're, leaving some social media groups kind of thing. They might not be in alignment with who you are right now, or maybe they've turned a little bit toxic and you're like, for my own mental health and well-being, I got to get out of here. So you could be experiencing some changes in who you connect with as well. But you could also be looking at the future and really envisioning something here where you can maybe give back to other people. You can be very helpful. So maybe you want to just give back to your neighborhood a little bit. Maybe you've got some older neighbors that need a little bit of help in their yard kind of thing. You could be looking to, because we do have pets, perhaps you're looking to connect with a pet charity, or something of some kind. Maybe you're like, okay, I need to get a little bit more exercise. I want to get outside a little bit more. I also want to give back to community. So maybe you sign up at your local shelter and you walk dogs on Sunday afternoon or something. It's good for them. It's good for you. It's a win-win situation for everyone. And you may end up falling in love, okay, with a pet there as well. But those are just the kind of things, the little things that you can do to give back in some very wonderful ways. We have creation coming in here for you guys. So create your vision of the future, create your tomorrow. The time is now. Okay, this is a time when you can really be facing your fears and breaking yourself out of some sort of cycle here. The moon can bring about some fears. The moon can bring change, and sometimes we've got a fear of change, a fear of the new. Sometimes we have a fear of letting go. We have a fear of failure. We also can have a fear of success. So you're being encouraged in the full moon energy to go within, to reflect what is holding me back. What makes me feel trapped or caged in? Is this something internal? Is this something external? Is this my relationship with myself, my goals, my dreams? Is this my relationship with my past? Or is it something external that's holding me back? So when we embrace our fear, we can overcome our fear. So this can be bringing you some really great big insights for yourself here. All right. But don't forget, you have the power to create your vision, create your tomorrow by taking action, by taking initiative today. Some of you might need to leave something behind, whether it's people, whether it's situations, habits, patterns, behaviors, whatever it happens to be. Remember that wherever we do close a door, whatever we leave behind propels us forward into opening a new door and a better tomorrow, a different tomorrow. And sometimes there's a little bit of fear of uncertainty, like what's going to happen? Where am I going? What am I doing? I don't know. This can make us anxious, and but we have the ability to free ourselves. All right. We always need to remember that. And hey, would you look at that? We've got the 9 of Swords coming out here first for you guys. And 9 of Swords is in alignment with the 8 of Swords as well. Self-imposed restriction, overthinking, overanalyzing, too much in your head, not enough in your heart, being afraid, feeling restricted in some way, or really being, beating ourselves up. So the 9 of Swords is something that we're leaving behind, something that we're letting go of, something that we need to recognize within ourselves, right? What is holding me back from doing what I really want to do, from doing what I'm really excited about for my future? So sometimes we have the wonderful ability to get in our own way, whatever that looks like. And, sometimes the 9 of Swords energy comes up when, we've got a goal in mind, but our goal we've set such a big goal that sometimes it seems like it's unachievable. So, let's say you want to lose some weight and you're like, I want to lose 50 pounds and I want to do it in the next 3 months. That is a massive goal, right? That is a very massive goal. And sometimes that goal can actually keep us stuck a little bit because it's just big, right? It's amplified. But if we cut that down into smaller, more achievable goals, we actually have more wins. And, yes, if we're manifesting things, dream big, think big, right? But sometimes these things where we have these big life changes, or we're trying to get on a healthier path, or whatever that happens to be, sometimes by putting things into smaller goals, we can train ourselves a little bit more to believe that we can achieve. So it's, it can be where we do get a lot up in our head. And the fear is, we've got this bird cage on here, right? Things that keep us trapped and stuck, and it's time to free yourself. So whatever your situation happens to be, the 9 of Swords can also represent some nighttime energy. So you might find at this full moon that your sleep patterns may be a little disrupted. You're probably feeling it already. I am putting this video out a little bit early, so you're probably feeling this already. Eclipse season is big. We've got some crazy astrology going on that's highly unusual, that hasn't happened before, or maybe very not for a long time. And so this can be really disruptive to some people's sleep patterns, habits, behaviors. So, you might find yourself tossing and turning at night. And one of the ways you can navigate yourself through that energy is by taking a step back, taking it easy, practicing a little bit of self-care in some way. Maybe take the opportunity, if you're awake in the middle of the night, to just do some quiet meditation that can maybe just help quiet your conscious mind, because your mind might be racing here at this time. And sometimes when we take that step back, we quiet our conscious mind, we can connect more with our energy, we step more into the flow, and that's maybe where we get some answers and some clarity that we've been looking for, or we just feel calmer, more at peace, more at ease, right? Quieting the conscious mind is not always an easy task, and we need to train ourselves to do that too, but it becomes easier with practice. But we do have the Page of Swords. So this can be very Aquarian, very Uranus kind of energy here with this, because the Page of Swords is always up for something new. Page of Swords is always looking towards the future, very tied to technology, very tied to the future, right? Open mind, open heart. The Page of Swords is like, well, this isn't working. Nine of Swords, let's try this instead, right? So very optimistic kind of energy there, and can really help break free from something keeping you stuck, is embracing this energy. With the Page of Swords, some of you could actually have some good news headed your way. This can also be where you gain some clarity on where you maybe need to slow things down a little bit in your life as well, because we do have the Eight of Wands coming in here, but this is in the reverse. So something that has been keeping you stuck or going around in circles, this is where you're breaking out. It's where you're breaking free from things, you're recognizing things, you're gaining insights, maybe you're putting up boundaries, or maybe you're just facing your fears, and this is where you can really break yourself out of a rut or out of a cycle. Remember, lunar eclipses, they can be very much about the end of a cycle somewhere. Now, the Page of Swords, because it is very tied to technology as well, and it is tied to the new, this can be, again, where you are looking for new people to connect with, especially new groups and things on the internet. So you're attached to some Facebook groups, and you're like, oh, I just don't want to see this crap anymore on my news feed. And so maybe you're finding something that's a little bit more in tune with your interests as of today, and maybe something a little bit more positive, right? Whatever floats your boat. Or if you're wanting to embrace some new, better habits and things like that, or even learn something new, perhaps you join some groups that are in alignment with that. But I do feel here that you are breaking out of some sort of stuck energy to create the life that you want, to start something new, or to make something a little bit better. You might need to be a little creative in your approach on things, but I think you can figure some things out there. The Page of Swords is a very optimistic energy and a very positive energy. Now, I will say, because we do have Uranus energy here, the Page of Swords tied to technology, gadgets, devices, and things as well. We do have Mercury that's going into shadow, so getting ready to go into that retrograde energy. And so you could be finding that you're buying a new device because maybe something has broken, and maybe you're deciding that it's too old, and you're like, it's not worth fixing. I'm going to buy something new. So you could have some technology issues there, just so you're aware. Okay, so yes, eclipses can bring about some, unpredictability there, especially in regards if, Mercury's headed into retrograde, and so this can be really shaking things up. But it might actually be better for you, because maybe your laptop is like 8 years old, and you're like, man, oh man, this thing's like a slug, and now you get a brand new one, and it just feels like all of a sudden you're like, you're in the future with this speedy laptop. So you could be doing something like that at this time as well. All right, so just keep an eye on your devices. Also keep an eye on communication as well. If you're expecting any kind of emails or anything like that, make sure you do check your spam folders and things, because something might go missing at this time as well. So we're going to get a final message for you, and this is from the Golden Futures, all about your future, and with very Libran energy coming in here for you with number 22, the law, act with common sense and responsibility. So this is where things are coming into alignment for you. This is understanding the laws of the universe, right? If you believe it, you can achieve it. If you can envision it, you can create it. If you're afraid of it, it will keep you stuck. So those laws of the universe, right? So this is a reminder about those things. But this can also be about taking logical and practical steps towards building the life that you want, making the changes that are better for you, whatever that happens to be for you. This is also about making decisions as well. So taking an unbiased approach at things, looking at both sides of the coin on things, and making an important decision for yourself. Because remember, this Libran energy does have to do with relationships also. And so with this, you could be finding that you need to make an important decision, whether it's to allow new things to come into your life, embrace change, or to perhaps let something go. So just make sure that you are seeing things clearly, that you're seeing the truth behind things, and that you're making decisions based on logic, fact, reason, but also based on your intuition, right? And just make sure that you're not making any rash decisions, because sometimes if we're in fear energy, sometimes we make rash or emotional decisions that we might regret later. So take that opportunity to step back, connect with your energy, and then make the right important decisions for yourself. But again, with the Page of Swords coming in, and we do have this law energy coming in, this can represent that there might be some really important things that are opening up for you, or you might get some good news that move you towards a better future, a better tomorrow. And it can be something that you've been waiting for a while, or something that comes out of the blue. I'm going to leave all that there for you folks. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please hit that like button here and subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys have a wonderful lunar eclipse. Stay tuned for the solar eclipse. And I've also put your solar eclipse in Libra from October 2023. I've linked that down below there for you guys as well, so you can have a look back and see what was going on in your world at that time. So I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.